Whoa, it is 7 o'clock on a Tuesday night. And of course, where else would I be but here with you? Actually, I was expecting to be elsewhere, but everything went well with travels and I actually got home a couple hours ago. So instead of doing this pre-recorded thing that I had set up, I'll go live. I know, I look a mess, but I had a great time celebrating our 46th anniversary and time with one of my kids and two of my grandkids, and of course her husband. But we had a lovely time, and now it's ready to get back to work time, right? Yep. So before we get started, though, I would like to kind of just ask for your help. Could you please, if you enjoy listening to the podcast and you get something from it, would you just leave us a rating and review? It is easier than you might think, and if you are listening like to Apple or Spotify or Podchaser, you can just go on and leave a review, and that's easy. Another super easy way is just to go to the podcast website, which is www.imperfectheroespodcast.com. And then there at the top, you'll see reviews. Click on that, and then you'll see leave a review. Bam, you're there. And you can leave us a review and tell us what you think about us and what we do and how we help people. And I would love to hear more, but it also helps us to, beat the analytics and get more attention for people who are looking for some great advice on how to manage with their kids and to have fun doing it and to not be so stressed out by the challenges that our kids give us, but to be able to understand where those challenges are coming from. And once we understand where they're coming from, then we have a better idea of how to help our kids manage through it. So we remember, and especially with this episode today, it's episode 144, and we're talking about helping our kids navigate changes in their lives. And so they can be big changes, small changes. Some kids manage better with being flexible than others, but it's it's just part of growing up, right? And it really, if you look at you and I as adults, we struggle sometimes with managing changes, right? And it could just be a change in we were expecting to do something and it didn't work out well. We just finished talking about patience last month, and so sometimes we become impatient because things didn't turn out the way we wanted them to, and so we struggle with that. And our kids are watching that. They're watching every second, right, that we're doing our own strategies. And sometimes the changes are huge. Maybe it's the death of a family member or a move to another city or even just across the city, but they're going to go to new schools and have to make new friends. And so that can be stressful for our kids. It could even be, holy moly, moving clear over to another country. So next week I have Joris Jara. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But so she talks about managing change. And of course, she not only lost her dad when she was in high school and kind of had to manage in a very patriarchal society where she came from, had to figure out how to make things work. Her mom, was a widow, alone. How was she going to manage all of that? And so she was determined to get the education. And so she wound up going to different countries and meeting a guy in Turkey that she wound up marrying and loving him. And that was a big change from even culture and in faith and all of that. And then they wind up coming to the United States and she got her doctorate. So she really knows about change. And so sometimes they're huge changes. And sometimes, even the little things can just set us off, ourselves as well as our kids, right? And so we're going to talk about in this episode, I give you 10 different strategies on things that you can do to kind of help your kids manage through different changes that go on in their life from small to big. But I talk about just the importance of structure and stability and resilience and helping our kids become more resilient before these changes take place, so then they're better able to manage through them. And so we've got some ideas on how to make our kids more resilient and how we help them be more flexible and to find stability within themselves. But it's first got to start with us providing that stability and teaching them and showing them how it all goes. And so I hope that, you'll listen in and have some fun. We're going to talk about managing your own emotions, involving kids, sometimes in the decision-making process of how is this change going to take place, and what are we going to do once we get there, and what are some of the things that are important to you. It could be something, if you're moving, as simple as choosing a color to paint their room, right? But giving them some control, some feeling of stability and strength, and that I can make decisions too that will help me, right? And so sometimes when they get to help make those decisions, it helps them deal with the change. So planning ahead of time. And we also talk about when, I just got back from vacation, went to Hawaii, thank you very much. And so, but helping them make decisions about what are the important things that you want to do. What are some of the things you want to see? And we can come up with a list, and what are the most important ones? We probably won't get to everything, but we can get to, the top ones anyway. And if you have multiple kids, make sure that everyone gets their top number one choice in. and that's going to help them with managing through, the changes in bedtimes and in dinner times and in just routine and all of those things. And so in the podcast, we talk about how you can do that, whether it's vacation, whether it's moving, whether it's grandma and grandpa are coming to stay. In a month, we'll be off again. I'll take everything with me. We'll keep working, but I'm off again helping out with grandkids, and I get to spend, a couple of weeks seeing some grandkids and helping out as parents go on their own little vacations to celebrate big birthdays. And so having grandma and grandpa come, or in our family, Nana and Poppy, having them come really can mess things up a little bit, because I don't do everything the same way maybe mom and dad do, as hard as I may try, right? And so we want to make sure that our kids are able to figure that out and manage it and be excited sometimes. Change is good. If it's the same thing every time, it can be boring. And so we can talk about, this is going to be exciting, and what are the great things that are going to happen because of this change, And so it's going to be pretty cool and pretty fun. We talked about too, if maybe an older sibling goes off to college or is just gone for the summer with a job or whatever, they're going to be gone, even if it's just for a week or so, talking about, well, how are we going to manage? We're going to be able to have phone calls and Zooms maybe, or FaceTimes, depending on what technology that you're using, and that they're going to come back and they're going to have such a great experience. And as you get older, you're going to get to have some of these experiences too, and it's going to be lovely for you. So aren't we excited for our older sibling that they get to go off and do things? And it may be, friends that are going off or moving or whatever. And so we're going to be able to talk about, what are we going to do while they're gone? And isn't it lovely that they get to go and have these new adventures? And so let's have some adventures for us too, and help them do that. And then just remembering that if you can keep things as consistent as possible, and I know it's not always possible, but you can do a few things probably here or there that will be consistent. Maybe consistent eating times, consistent bedtimes and nap times, or consistent things with story time or family prayer. And I hope you do, pray with your family, at night or even in the morning to start your day and get us off going to the right, to a great start. Then keeping those kinds of things consistent is really going to help your kids with managing that change. So we are going to have so much fun. I hope you'll listen to the episode. It is a good one. It's episode 144. And all this month, we're going to talk about helping our kiddos manage change. And so I've got a great parent perspective, a mom that's coming on. She's out of Reno. And so we're having some fun. We've had now Las Vegas and a local from Chester. Yes. And then now we'll have Reno. If you're interested in being part of our parent perspective and would like to talk about one of the themes that we have going on. I mean, we've got some great themes coming up about taking risks and being kind and, oh my goodness, I've got so many and I can't even think of them. Charity and spirituality and bravery, how to be brave and how to notice when someone else needs help or maybe just needs a friend or whatever. And what are the things we can do to help them out with that? We're talking about finding joy in life. And there's so many kids. And as a kindergarten teacher, it would break my heart when I'd see some of these kids come in kindergarten and they already had this very negative attitude just about life or about things. So if we were going to try something new or learn something new, well, this is dumb. I hate this. I don't have any friends. Nobody likes me. And it's like, none of that was true. But trying to get them to see that and to see that life is great, life is wonderful, and we have so many options. And so we have finding joy as one of our themes. So if you're interested in joining in and being a guest with our parent perspectives, just let me know. You can always send me, message me or DM me or whatever it is. And then you can email me at djstutz@littleheartsacademyusa.com and we'll get it going. But I love hearing from parents. We have listeners, actually, it's kind of fun, from all over the world. We're in Australia and New Zealand, and the most listeners I have from a country that's not the U.S. is Germany. Love to hear from you, Germany. Let me know what's going on and sign up and let's get some of that going. It's fun to hear about different cultures and then what people are doing. The only thing I ask if you're interested in being part of Parent Perspectives is that you're currently raising little ones. So if you currently have one or more kids aged 8 or younger, then you qualify, and let's talk about what topic would be a great fit for you. So anyway, I look forward to hearing from you. And so until next week, guys, let's find joy in parenting. See ya. Bye-bye.